need suitable raiment. So it shall be, O great and powerful one. Here is your uniform and your air chariot.
Yes, hail, omnipotent one. Hail to thee in all thy radiant majesty. You've got them eating out of your hands, Serpentor. Of course, you and I know your primary function will be as a figurehead, a sterling symbol of the power and unanimity of Cobra. You will give them someone to look up to while I make all the important decisions.
Then start by deciding where you want to be buried.
Don't be so aggressive. I'm still open to negotiation.
There can be no negotiation, you insolent microbe! I am not symbolic! I am your emperor and master!
Hi everyone, Max Power here. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, so today I have another statue or vinyl statue from PCS. This is the Serpentor. PCS, by the way, stands for Premium Collectible Studios, formerly known as Pop Culture Shock. And this is the Serpentor statue. Now, the previous video that I had was the Cobra Commander, so they've made a few of these figures. As you can see from the box, this is the box that it came in. They made the Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Destro, Baroness, and then Serpentor, and then Cobra Commander. So I got him because, well, I do like the Cobra villains, and I thought he'd be a pretty good addition to my collection of the GiJoes. So let's take a look at him, at the figure actually. So let's see. I'm really impressed with these vinyl figures, especially for the price. You know, for 50 bucks, and you can get them on sale at GameStop or other places. But they're really well done. I do like the paint application. They're a solid piece, so it's not a cheap vinyl at all. So you're getting quite a bit of a value for what you're getting here. The box that it comes in it's a pretty neat box. I do like that they have the little, what is it called, the profile. I do like that, so I'm going to be cutting that out after I'm done, because I'm gonna obviously I took them out of the box, but I'm not gonna keep them in the box. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this to the side here. We'll concentrate on the figure. All right, let's see. Let's bring him up a little closer here. Okay, talking about detail again, for 50 bucks, you're really getting quite a bit of a value here. It's just the paint application is is done nicely. I don't see any really big problems on this figure. Everything's sculpted on here. Okay, you've got his face. His face is done very nicely. A lot of good details. Like I said, I'm really impressed. I think I've seen this level of detail on some of the more expensive DC and Marvel vinyls, ranging up in the $100 range, and you're really getting quite a bit. You know, a lot of detail for what you're getting for that 50 bucks. So Serpentor is one of my favorite characters, along with Cobra Commander, Skeletor, and a lot of those 80 characters. But he is vinyl, so there is no articulation at all. Everything is static, no articulation, nothing. And he does, right next to the Cobra Commander, he does complement the Cobra Commander alongside of him. I do have one, in my video for the Cobra Commander, if you haven't checked that out, I did notice that there's a flaw, and I think that's on all the figures. You'll have to, if you have one of these figures, maybe make a comment and let me know. I'm going to put Cobra Commander right next to him so you can see also the scale. In the TV show, Serpentor was just a larger than life character, and he was also larger than the Cobra Commander, so it looks like they got the scale right on. But the flaw that I was talking about in my previous video with Cobra Commander was that he was leaning, and I was a little disappointed that I could not put Cobra Commander without the stand. And so, you know, for footprint, for putting the character in certain places in my display, sometimes I'd like to have that option. But unfortunately, in the Cobra Commander's case, I was not able to. He was leaning too much, almost toppling over, standing on his own. So he had to be put on the pegs onto the stand. And when I took out Serpentor, he was actually standing up right perfectly. And it wasn't until I pulled him out to make this video that I realized that he wasn't standing upright anymore. He was just leaning over, and it was weird because it's such a heavy, sturdy piece that I was wondering what had happened. And what I noticed was that with Serpentor and also with Cobra Commander, was even though he's a solid piece, there are some joints here that are separated. So these joints right here apparently are not strong enough. They're too weak, and maybe when the plastic gets warm, or maybe when it gets worn in, he starts to lean. So when I pulled Serpentor out, he was leaning like this, and there's no way of fixing that at all. I mean, I guess you could heat up the vinyl and straighten him back up and let it harden again, but I just don't understand how that could have happened. I mean, obviously you can tell he's very top heavy, but that really shouldn't affect anything. But again, it really comes down to this part being weak. The Cobra Commander had the same issue, and I noticed that when I picked him up, there was a Destra also part of the same line, and he was leaning over, and the guy and I, we had both a pretty good conversation about what had happened, and he didn't know. We didn't notice. We didn't see any type of stress, or cracks, or anything like that. So it looks like it is a flaw in the design of these vinyl figures. Now I don't know if it was just mine, or if it's just mine that has this flaw. But again, I did notice it on that Destro that they had on the display case, at the GameStop. So if you have a figure like this, let me know if you're having the same problem. Now on mine, because of that, I couldn't stand them without the stand anymore. I had to make some. I did make an adjustment on it, and what I did is I put a little slider on here on his foot, if you can see that. So I put these so he wouldn't tilt over, because he really was tilting over, almost going to topple over even with the stand. So now he's standing upright. I also did that with the Cobra Commander as well. I also gave him special shoes, I guess if you want to call it that, but I had to put something to nudge him straight. So now they're both standing the way they should be standing. So I've corrected that problem. I was not expecting that as being such a, excuse me, about that camera kind of bent over here, but I wasn't expecting for it not to be a problem, but apparently it is. So once you correct that, then there's no problem. In fact, you can actually remove him from the stand, and you can now sit him straight up without the base. Of course, you'll see a little bit of that slider, that felt slider underneath, but if you're placing him somewhere where you won't really see his feet, then that shouldn't be a problem. Cobra Commander, the same thing. Before, he was not standing up without that, and so now he stands up perfectly. So if you're having that problem, that's something to consider. And let me show you what I got for that. I just went to Target and got these. These are the super sliders that I use. There's to protect the surfaces, you know, some things that you can slide under that so it doesn't scratch whatever you're putting on the table. So I got these, and that's what I put underneath his feet. You can also use the bumpers, those little bumpers as well, but I like to use these because you really can't see him, especially if he's got black shoes. All right, so that was the adjustment that I made. I'm happy with this purchase. He looks wonderful. The detail on him is fantastic, down to his face. Get in a little closer here. Yep, a lot of detail on his face. So I think this is a very good product from PCS. If they can fix that flaw, I don't know if anyone has told them about it, but I've seen it in other statues. So I think this is something that's happening with these figures. But if they can fix maybe that stress level that's down there, it's definitely a great product. But again, once you put those sliders on there, there won't be any problem, and he looks great. So, all right, that's pretty much what I have for the GiJoe figures. They look great together, as you can see. Bring them out here. The two evil villains, Serpentor and Cobra Commander. Yeah, just they look right out of the television show, the cartoon. So I'm really impressed with these pieces. And they're a pretty good size too. I think I measured a Serpentor about 10 to almost 10.5 inches, and then Cobra Commander is about 9. So not too large, not too small, just perfect for displaying. Okay, everyone, thanks for joining me on my channel, and I will talk to you soon with another video. Bye-bye.